I can open your mic for a quick second. Just tell me how you guys feeling. There's no need to be nervous. As we
Positive.
said, positive. No, we're just here today to just hear the plans, hear what you guys have to say. And I know I'm looking forward to hearing some great things because the other day, for the regional candidates, the PRO secretaries, I heard some wonderful plans. I can just imagine what you guys have for the national landscape. Now, in this, as I say, I don't need to feel nervous. It isn't life or death situation. Just be yourself, be clear, and yeah, just let your plans be known. All right, so the first candidate we'll be hearing from. Well, Miss Scott, I hope you're not nervous seeing that you're the first one. But we have Miss Catriana Scott from the Carteret College, representing Region 5, and she's vying for the post of Public Relations Officer. Are you ready, Miss Scott? Well, before I even start, while you get yourself ready, quick rules. So each candidate has 3 minutes to do their speech, and after those 3 minutes are finished, there will be a 2 minute Q&A section with questions from myself as well as anybody else in the room. Should you have any questions, just raise your hand before just opening your mic. Wait, raise your hand and wait to be acknowledged. Uh, yeah. So I believe the rules are clear enough. Is everyone clear? Just give me a thumbs up. Is everyone hearing me clearly?
Yes, we are.
All right, so yeah, all right. So instead of having the questions after each candidate, we're going to just have it after the portfolio is completed. Uh all right, so Miss Scott, are you ready?
Excuse me, sir. Could I have 2 minutes, please?
All right. In the meantime, while we wait for Miss Scott, is Malachi Ming here? All right, no Malachi. Uh Brianna Smith. Is Miss Smith here?
Here.
All right, Miss Smith, are you ready? All
Here.
right, Miss Smith is
Okay.
ready. All right, so the floor is yours, Miss Smith.
A warm welcome, students, staff advisors, ministry representatives, and moderators. You have a saying we say, if fish the river bottom and tell us the alligator have gone boil, believe him. In other words, trust the ones who know. Trust the ones who have lived it. And I'm here to tell you, I have lived it. My name is Brianna Smith, a proud student of the Charlemont High School, and I am running to be your next Public Relations Officer of the National Secondary Students Council. I'm not new to this, I'm true to this. I've served as Deputy Head Girl, Region 6 Secretary PRO, House Captain, and Vice President of Drama Club. I don't need to rehearse what leadership is. I've lived it, I've led it, and now I'm leveling up to it. Not for the clout, but for the cause. Too many time announcements get dropped like homework. Me, I bring them to life. Regional wins, school events, student highlights turn into visuals, voiceover, and videos. If we not post like how these students are scrolling on social media, what are we doing? Each week, I will feature a student-friendly forum. Nominated student leaders, big up your school, real recognition with real vibes. Because as we say, give people them flowers while them alive. Pass me the mic. As Queenie say, I'm full of chat, I'm not take it back. But I'm not just talk, I listen. Student mic check, an anonymous space for students to voice concerns and ideas. Open 24/7. I'm not just read the responses, I will put it in action. Live sessions, voice notes, real action. Plus, Open the mic where we reason as students, student to student. I'm not leave your voice hanging. I'm going to turn it into action. You ever get a badge with no guidance? I got you. Every other Tuesday, we will launch Tune In Tuesdays. Leadership tips, short, spicy, useful proposals, promotion, event tips, all at your fingernails. No shortcuts because what? Shortcuts draw blood. We're doing it the right way. We love leadership, but we need balance. Talk Through Thursdays is a safe space where we talk mental health, motivation, and real student struggles. One and can't clap. We support each other while we lead strong. New broom sweep clean, but old broom know the corners. Everybody know that famous proverb. Me bring the best of both experience and fresh energy. Who should you vote for your next PRO? Vote Brianna Smith for the vision, the vibes, and the voice. Broadcasting with Brianna, tuning in to what matters most to you.
Well, the standard has been laid. Now, basically, I heard Tune In Tuesday, Talk Through Thursday. Almost NSSC has a full week coming up ahead should Miss Brenna Smith be selected. With that being said, thank you so much for that, Miss Smith. Sounds like you have a lot of ideas. Love the charisma, love the energy. Uh, so let's move on. Miss Scott, are you ready now?
Yes, sir, I'm ready.
All right, the floor is yours.
Okay. Can I begin now?
Yeah, you can.
Okay. You ever scroll past a post and think this could have been way better? Yeah, me too. That's why I'm stepping up as a candidate for your next national PRO. Because communication should not just exist, it should aim to connect, inspire, and represent all of us in the best way possible. The NSSC should be more than just a platform or a page. It should aim to feel authentic and alive. So a pleasant afternoon to you all. My name is Captain Scott, and it is indeed my pleasure to be presenting to you on this fine afternoon as a candidate for your next national PRO. This role isn't just about updates or announcements, it's about connection. It's about turning movements into forward action. Choosing me means choosing someone who is deeply passionate to clear messaging and creativity, but someone who is deeply committed to being a real-time bridge between students and leadership. My mission, if elected, I'll focus on three main priorities. A student spotlight, because bright minds equal bold stories. Let's be honest, amazing students and counselors are doing powerful work, and every day too often go unnoticed. This launch will be committed in my first tenure. Schools will submit nominations via social media or through their regional reps. I'll also rotate spotlights regionally, ensuring equal visibility, especially for smaller schools who are often overlooked. Second, engaged students are empowered students. So let's ditch the dry posts because we need to make a community that is more interactive. So a monthly interactive calendar will be filled with things like takeovers from different schools and councils, student polls, and opinion pieces. The first calendar will be launched within the first month. How it works, that we'll collaborate with regional schools and their schools PROs to feature student voices consistently, not just the big names, but smaller schools intentionally, schools that are often overlooked by many. We need the engagement from everyone, not just the big names. This is our NSSC, not just for the most active. Every voice matters, and under my leadership, every voice will be heard. We can't just exist online, but as PROs, I'll take our voice outside of the feed and into the real world. This means featuring students or councils in local media and partnering with youth-focused organizations for advocacy and awareness. The outreach planning begins in month 1. Secure at least 2 media features within our first term. And I'll work alongside experienced council leaders and my team to make sure our outreach is professional, strategic, and sustainable. Now, let me be clear. I'm not here to make promises I can't see or I can't keep. If I say something, I will do it. If something isn't working, I'll pivot, ask for input, and find a solution. I'm not just doing this alone because real leadership isn't a one-person show. I'll invest in my team in people who keep me accountable, help avoid burnout, and share this vision for consistent, honest, and creative communication. I'm not here for a title. I'm here to serve, build trust, and create consistent, honest, relatable communication that makes students actually want to engage. In closing, I'm not just asking for your votes, I'm asking for your trust to create a platform that feels alive, one where your voice isn't just heard, but respected and reflected in everything that we do. I'm Catherine Scott, and I'm ready to serve. Represent, connect us all as your next national PRO. One vote per school, but one powerful voice. Let's make it count. Thank you.
Well, the competition. I love the energy. I love the plans. I see that it's hard to choose between the two. Like it's a very tightly contested race so far. Is Mr. Ming here? Malachi? I'm not seeing Malachi in the chat. There's no Malachi.
Not seeing him in the lineup either.
All right. 1 second. Let me just. All right. So with that being said, that would have been two of the three candidates for the position. I have a few questions for the two candidates. So, Miss Scott and Miss Smith, are you guys still here? And are you hearing me clearly?
Yes, sir.
All right. First question goes to Miss Smith. Well, Miss Scott actually. Can you just tell me the name of the current national PRO?
Do I have to turn on my camera firstly?
Not necessarily, no.
Okay, the name of our current national PRO is Jamoy Peter.
All right. Would you have worked on the committee or worked with Miss Opisa before?
I have not worked on the NSSC, but I've worked as a PRO in my school and helped and share information.
All right. In terms of the monthly interactive calendar, can you explain further how that works?
Okay, so basically I would create the calendar where we'd post. Okay, so we're going off weeks. So in the first week, we'd have, if it's international, sorry. Okay, so imagine you're raising awareness for mental health on that specific day. I'd create a post and say, this is Mental Health Awareness Day. So each of the regional PROs would play their parts and help create a poster that we'd all share.
All right, so a question from the chat for Miss Smith. All right, thank you, Miss Scott, for your answers. Is the open the mic session, will it be an online session? Miss Smith.
Yeah, so the open the mic session, yeah, it will be a live session that is done at least every month, which means that I have really have to be persistent. So yes, it's just something where we will literally connect with students and not just by a post.
Right. I think that's it through the questions. Are there any other questions from anyone in the room? All right, I have a question from Mr. Malik Walker.
Okay, so good afternoon. My name is Malik Walker. I am the student council president for Spanish Town High School. And my question goes to, we are level up with Brianna and she full of chat and she not take it back. Right? So my question is, imagine students are completely uninterested in a new initiative the council is trying to push, even though it's beneficial to them. As PRO, how would you package and present this initiative to shift their mindset and get them excited about it?
All right, so thank you for that question, Mr. Walker. So I believe in asking questions. So I'm a student myself. So I would ask myself, and then I would ask students, what wanna like, what wanna love for do, what wanna love for see? What's the content that you guys like to engage with? And sometimes the content that the students like to engage with are some out of order content, but it's always good to have ideas and know how to pivot and know how to work around things. So even if this is what they love to see, use it in a positive way, a way that would reach them. Because remember that as PROs, we always try to reach our audience and reach our students via social media. And that answered the question.
All right. Is that
Yes,
all?
thank you.
All right. Next question I'm seeing from Mr. O'Shane Hall.
Hello and good afternoon to everyone. My name is O'Shane D. Hall, presidential candidate for the National Secondary Students Council. Yes, people. Now, my question is geared to both candidates. If elected, how do you plan to build on the lasting PRO strategy that is not only going to amplify the voice of the council now, but remains effective and adaptive for the next administration to continue engaging students across the island? So, for example, Breeze Talk Thursdays. How will you continue that and ensure it is done in the following administration? Because they have to understand about continuance. So it's for both candidates.
Excuse me, could I answer? Or
No, it's for both candidates. My
Yeah,
apologies.
Miss Carr, you can answer first.
okay. So basically, as I'm going forward, I would create either a document or a PowerPoint that I could hand down, because that's a part of my legacy, because that's what I'm doing. It's my job, I'm building. So I would help the candidates that are upcoming I'd spread it. So I'll dictate my plan, explain how each activity is supposed to be carried out and how to do it effectively while cooperating with the people already on your team and gaining the help from the regional executives.
All right, thank you for the response, Miss Smith.
All right, so as I have said before, I'm not here for the hype, but I'm here to build. So my plans like this week in council, student mic check, tune in Thursdays, it have a structure, and remember that it has forms and it's a weekly thing. And I will also provide templates. So for any future PRO, they can pick up with it and literally just run with it. Because I will boost the online presence of the IG and the TikTok page, even though the TikTok page is not as active, but that's a revamp. And I will be leaving behind a starter kit. I really have the idea. It would be so cool. But yeah, so the next PRO literally just cannot drop the ball because this doesn't end with me. It begins with me.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Hall. I hope that answers your questions. Mr. Lewis, do you have a question?
Good afternoon. Yes, I do. My question to both candidates, how will you work with your regional PROs to ensure consistency across all regions?
All right, Miss Smith, you can go first.
All right, so for me, teamwork is a big thing. So we will, as I've always been saying, that I will help the regional PROs if they need it. So like quick lineups, and the Instagram page won't just be, oh, I just Brianna made the post them because she's national PRO. I will ask them to, hey, mental health is coming up. Can you do a mental health poster for me, please? So whenever they go on the page as regional PROs and see their work on the page, I know that that will boost everybody else to say, hey, I want my edit to be on the Instagram page or the TikTok page. So I will make sure that we work together as a team. Plus, this week in council is a feature that I really want to work with.
Timing.
Okay.
Okay, you can wrap up, but yeah.
Yeah, so I really want to work with them on that. So as I said, we move as one team, one voice, and one mission.
All right. Miss Scott, before Miss Scott, before you answer, I have one quick announcement. So here's the thing. As youth leaders, and especially for the role of PRO, punctuality and communication is a key thing. Now, in regards to communication, I'm seeing in the room where Mr. Ming has joined, and your excuse is noted, Mr. Ming. However, due to the fact that prior communication wasn't communicated to the team, it would be unfair to the other candidates, since we started the Q&A session, to allow you to present. With that being said, I am acknowledging that you're here, and I am happy to give you the opportunity. Well, not give, well, yeah, give you the opportunity to answer a few questions. Should anyone in the room have any questions for Mr. Ming, from his manifesto or something? So, yeah, as I say, unfortunately, we won't be able to accommodate your speech, but we will allow you to answer any questions. Should anyone have any questions directly towards him? All right, Miss Scott, you can answer now.
Okay, so basically, throughout my high school time, I've already built a connection with some of the regional PROs. So during my tenure, I'll aim to strengthen and gain more connections, and I'll keep those connections alive through group chats and Q&As. So I'll weekly or monthly check in with my regional PROs and ensure that they're getting their tasks done on time and in a great manner.
Also, Mr. Ming, you can answer this question since it was thrown out to all candidates.
Good afternoon. Could the question be repeated, please?
All right, Mr. Lewis, can you just repeat the question, please?
Certainly. So the question was, how do you plan to maintain consistency with all region secretary PROs?
Okay. So I'm not, as sir said, I can't really do my speech, but I'll try to answer the question as best as possible. In my manifesto, I had a forum, right? So at the start of the year, I would do a forum where I would brief the secretary PROs as well as the local PROs, not only about their role, but keep the PR culture alive. So that conference and that forum would aid in strengthening the secretary PROs and ensure that the year is successful for on the basis of PR.
All right, thank you for that. Are there any questions in the chat? Is there anything else? Any more questions? Going once, going twice. All right. So, right within the hour. So with that being said, I do want to thank all the candidates for delivering their speeches, and thank you for all the persons who would have had questions for them. As I said, we'll deliver speeches, and I can see the future of NSSC is bright. I believe this is my cue to hand over to your next moderator for the rest of the evening. And that would be
Thank you, Mr. Lindo, for able taking us through the live debates for our
no
national
problem.
PRO candidates. No, you heard it. PRO, part of your mandate is effective communication. That's where it begins. And so I wanted to ponder on that as you continue in your campaign in period, which ends on Sunday evening. And we look forward to the polls opening on Monday. So all the very best, keep it clean, keep it fair, keep it respectful. All right, we continue our live debates at 3:30 with the general secretaries. So you can stay on for that, which will begin in the next 5 minutes. All right, thanks again, Mr. Lindo. Thanks, candidates.
All right. Thanks again, guys, for having me.